Millennial Introverts, question for y'all. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? Y'all, I threw a full on tantrum this morning before leaving my house to go hang out with friends, with people that I actually want to see, but in that moment did not want to see. And I knew I wanted to see them and I knew it would feel good to see them. And I came back home very thankful that I went out of my way to see them. But best believe Chelsea threw a full on tantrum up in here, y'all. In my morning devotion, I was just like, Jesus, I do not want to leave my house. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. I don't even know what I'm gonna wear. I'm like, how am I gonna do my hair? My hair is not even done, and I have to pull it out. And y'all, the real full on like toddler grumpy level of just like resistance. I cannot believe myself. I can't believe myself. And I still do this every time, y'all. I've absolutely gotten better at leaving my house to do outside things, at outsiding, at peopling. Your girl has gotten better. And for those of you who don't know, I am 100% an introvert. And so this is not my natural state of being, but I have gotten better at it. And when I say gotten better, what I really mean is that I go. I don't mean that I like going. So very often when I think us millennial women like say that, apparently God doesn't drop husbands on our doorsteps. They don't visit us in our homes. Like we have to go out and find them and we're grumpy about that. I don't think it's just the men. I don't think it's just the partners. I think it's everything. We don't want to leave. We don't want to left we yard. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I am fully still in that default. But I've broken it in that like I actually go now. And maybe I'll do a video at some point on like why I actually go now and how I got myself to start going. Y'all let me know if you want me to do a video on that in the comments below. Um, but yeah, I at the very least now I follow through. I do the thing, right? I don't like it though. I cuss and go on bad and complain and find all the reasons and excuses to stay at my yard. Meanwhile, dragging myself through the motions of washing my face, brushing my teeth, putting on my moisturizer, choosing my clothes, choosing my hair, choosing my earrings, what I'm gonna wear on my feet, like what time am I leaving, da 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 da, doing all the things to leave the house, but cussing every step of the way, like not happy. And like I said, I actually I sit in this like really weird tension of I don't want to see you right now. But it's not because I don't actually want to see you. It's that I don't want to leave my house to see you. And maybe that's not completely true. Maybe I actually don't want to see you. Maybe I don't want to people right now. Right now. That doesn't mean I don't want to see you, period. That doesn't mean that I don't care about you. But I just don't want to see you right now. Not in a peopling position. And for those of us who are when we hit, I don't know about y'all, but when I hit that fourth week of my cycle, when I hit that first week of my cycle, don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't say nothing to me. As a matter of fact, third week. Y'all, unfortunately, women hormonally only get one good week. We really only get, at least it feels that way to me. I only really get like one good week. And then the rest of it is like up in the air about how it could go. It could go okay. It could go really well. It could go horribly. In the sense that I don't want to people, I don't want to outside, and I'm dragging myself doing it anyway. And so that was me this morning. Did not want to leave my yard. Did not want to go see these people that I care deeply about that are actually visiting from the US who I haven't seen in person in like what 3 years now. My girl done had a baby, got married, and I know like I've seen her baby, I've seen her husband, met her husband, talked to her husband, but like not in person, it's been a while. It's been like I think about 2 to 3 years. And so this is not something that you do that you miss. Like you want to see people when they come to visit and you don't have the luxury of seeing them all the time. And I think that's probably a big part of what got me out of the house in the first place. In addition to the default that like now I move toward connection in my friendships and my relationships. But that didn't lessen the desire to stay home. That did not exactly lessen the tantrum either. It didn't lessen the very long list of excuses that I began to compile for why I should stay home. Yeah, and I think again, it's this well-worn pathway in my mind, in my psyche, in my nervous system of like relationships are draining. People drain me. I am an introvert. My social battery is very small and recharges very slowly. Okay? So it takes a lot of like alone time to recharge this thing. And it's tiny. So it gets spent very quickly. Right? Um, so I think like that is the default in my psyche, and it makes it very easy for me to throw these tantrums because I know what this feels like, and I don't like the feeling of the energetic drain. Um, I don't like that feeling, and so even as I acknowledge that my energy is worth spending on my friendships in this way, it doesn't exactly feel good when I'm on empty in my social battery. Okay. I feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more at peace, a lot more settled, grounded. And I think the word that adequately describes this is safe. My nervous system is safe. My person, my body, my emotional like landscape, my psyche is safe when I am by myself. When I am with people, less so. And continually draining in while I am with people. And I don't like that feeling. And so I don't like the idea of leaving my house. And the social battery becomes a reason not to pursue the relationships and has been for a very long time, or at least one of the reasons for me not to pursue my friendships, not to go after having a friend group, not to think about being the one that hosts people, that plans things, that chooses to meet up with my friends, that reaches out first, that creates space for us to exchange and connect. Like me being that person is a big move for me because my default is exactly the opposite of those things. And my social battery makes it very easy to not want to do those things. But I think that there is another thing here that we, millennial introvert women, have not yet considered, which is our connection battery. We talk about social battery a whole lot, a whole lot. We talk about feeling drained a lot. We talk about capacity and bandwidth for relationships and being present with people, peopling, outsiding, etc. We talk about those things a lot. But I don't think we think about connection battery enough. Because here's the real deal. I think that our connection battery gets filled in moments where we find people that we can be ourselves with, people we can be safe with, people who don't judge us, people who cheer us on and support us in our goals, but also in our growth, like in just being the best versions of ourselves that we can be in the world. When we find people who do that for us and we regularly connect with them, that fills our connection battery. And I think that like we're so busy protecting our social battery and being so conscious of like energy expenditure with our social battery and how it's running on E right now, or how it's full right now because we've spent significant time by ourselves, or like how we don't want it to run down on E, so we don't really want to go people and go outside. But we forget that the peopling and the outsiding, particularly when we have safe people and safe spaces, is actually hugely nourishing for us. Like when your connection battery is filled, and this is why I think I can say, like, coming home today, I feel very grateful that I went, even though I was tantruming the whole way going. Like, now that I am home and I have completed this moment of presence with these friends, with this like really sweet baby, and my cousin came along for the ride. Like, now that I have completed that moment and I'm home and that moment is over, I feel something. I feel something in my spirit. I feel good. I feel connected. And I feel enriched and nourished by those moments. And I'm so glad I went. I'm so grateful to the version of myself that like tantrum the whole way, but still went, you know? Um, and so I don't know, man. I don't know. I really appreciate that I went, and I can look at my connection battery now. And even though my social battery has been run down, my connection battery is full, bruh. And your girl is nourished and grateful and feeling good vibes. Like, I don't know what hormone this is. Oxytocin, serotonin, they are pumping. We are feeling good. And I don't know that I've never heard anybody say this. Um, and I don't know, maybe the loneliness that we all tend to feel. If you're feeling lonely right now, maybe it's because your connection battery empty. And maybe it's empty because you don't have those safe spaces, which is a thing, right? Maybe you don't have those safe people in your life. That's real. That's a real thing. Um, but also maybe it's empty because even though you have the people, you prioritized your social battery and didn't realize that the trade-off is worth it. Like filling your connection battery is worth draining some of your social battery and might even be worth draining all of your social battery depending on who it is. And I think this is why introverts can like end up going one-on-one. Like in a one-on-one scenario, we can spend hours talking to somebody one-on-one. And I think the reason for that is that even though our social battery is being diminished, our connection battery is feeling full. It's like being topped up, like all the way up. And I know some of us might even make arguments that say that an introvert's connection battery is even bigger than an extrovert's connection battery. Disagree with me in the chat. Disagree with me in the comments. Maybe y'all don't agree, and that's fine. I think that argument could be made. Because for an extrovert, their social battery is so much bigger. And so for a world that depends on socialization and networking and connection and people, it's really easy for that to feel full for them. And so they focus less on their connection battery. And it's really, again, I think our world has prioritized the social battery when we think about introversion, extroversion, socialization, networking, etc. I think the way that we think about these things has prioritized a social battery. And so for extroverts, that always tends to feel full. They feel great, they feel connected, they feel like with people, you know? But for an introvert, because our social batteries are smaller and they recharge slower, it's a lot easier for us to be like, bruh, I'm lonely and I don't want people right now. I don't have it to be peopling, but I'm also feeling lonely because our connection battery is empty. And our social battery, depending on what we're carrying and what's going on in the world, can also feel empty. Let's be real. Because that social battery is not just, is a smaller kind of section of the overarching life battery. And I think millennial introverts and just millennials in general, our generation has had to carry so much more than any previous generation because of the transitions, transitions that we have navigated in our lives, like social transitions, political transitions, economic transitions, technological transitions, job market and career transitions. Y'all, we have quarter life crises every 2, 3 years. There's a reason for this. The world is changing very quickly around us, and we are literally the generation that was on the cusp of so many of those transitions. And we're also carrying like a deep awareness of just how bad things are more than ever before because we're more connected than ever before. Like previous generations before us did not get to see on the ground what it looked like in Gaza. Previous generations before us didn't get to see what the war in Ukraine looked like on the ground, right? Like that was not, and when I say didn't get to see, I mean it was as readily accessible and in the volume that we currently get it. And the fact that you can feel so like in so deeply connected to an individual because they're documenting their lives on the ground in the middle of these crises. Like previous generations didn't get that. So we are walking around having like navigating all of these transitions on a regular, carrying the awareness of just how bad things are. And then we have the people and outside. Yeah, I think for a lot of us, the world feels unsafe. The world feels unsafe and the world feels heavy. And so it's very easy for us to not want to go outside, to not want to people, especially when we're introverts and our social battery is already smaller than usual. Like our life battery is full. Worse if we're empaths. Oh my gosh. Worse if we like are highly empathic people and all of the volume at which the transitions, the information, the changes, the devastation, the exploitation is coming at us as an empath, as an introvert, as a millennial, as a woman who's also carrying a lot. Because, like, let's be real, women carry a lot. As a minority or a person of color in a majority Caucasian environment, depending on where you live, as somebody who might be poorer and not have the standard of living that you would want to have and that is makes a quality life, right? Like you're making, let's say, less than 50K a year, depending on your standard of living where you are, right? Because that changes obviously. But I'm just saying, like, there are, our life battery is full, or rather is empty. There's so many things requiring our life battery. It don't got space. And then for introverts, that social battery is such a small percentage of that life battery that it also gets drained very quickly. So it's very easy for us to like go to work and not want to people and just come home and sit down because we can't manage. Like the whole life battery is already running on E, and then work drains the social battery. We don't want to see nobody after that, especially after you reach a certain age. You're like, bruh, I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Like, don't talk to me. I understand. So I get it. We are carrying a whole lot. But then I look at the fact that we are so cognizant and aware of how much life and living drains our capacity and our bandwidth, and how much as introverts social interactions can drain us, that we forget that in this life battery there's also a connection battery. And this connection battery has a really cool feature because it can recharge the entire life battery. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever experienced this, but you can have an interaction with a really interesting, fascinating, funny, and engaging person who you have thought processes, values, experiences in common with, and you just feel energized. You feel inspired. You feel you have ideas brewing. You are ready for life. Not just going home feeling good, but like ready to tackle life again. Ready to tackle your goals again. Ready to be out in the world again. I've experienced that at business retreats. I've experienced that with friends. I've experienced that with love interests. Like when you have, especially as an introvert, when you have a one-on-one with somebody like that, bruh, your connection battery gains superpowers. It gains the superpower ability to recharge your entire life battery. And I think not enough of us are realizing that we have a connection battery, much less seeing that this is its superpower and that we have the ability to fill it if we have safe people around us. If we have people who can inspire us, motivate us, like fascinate us, like get us thinking more differently, more imaginatively, like reaffirming our values, reaffirming the things we want to do in the world. Y'all, that is connection. Or just quite frankly, being a safe space for us. Being around people we know care about us and just living for a minute. Just eating and laughing and living for a few hours. There is so much fuel and energy in that kind of a moment. And I think we don't realize because we never even see say we have a connection battery that we can fill up, that we can work on. Yeah, we never see. And I think I also want to acknowledge like that connection battery can be filled by virtual connection because I have friends who live all over the world. And when I connect with people virtually, that connection battery is filled. This is why I have standing calls on my Google Calendar every month with people. And I've talked about that in videos before. So I'll put something up here so you can go watch that video if you want. But like, this is why I have standing calls in my Google Calendar because I need to talk to you. When I connect with you, I remember myself. I remember all of the dreams, all of the desires. I remember what's true for me. I remember the things that keep me going. Like when I am in space with you, that's virtually, that can work. And when I'm in space with my people, even as an introvert, the social battery can be empty and your girl might need to lie down for a while, but the connection battery gets filled. And I think this can happen virtually, but there's something about in person, being able to touch someone, being able to get a hug, being able to feel somebody's heartbeats, being able to look in them face and see the minute, like little things that you just don't notice virtually. Being able to have a 3D representation in front of you. Y'all, I don't know biologically and physically what this is and what happens. Actually, I do know. Hello, serotonin and oxytocin and all the fun hormones. Like, but the magic of just our biology when we hit somebody up in person cannot be overstated. Y'all, and I think this is a part of the reason why I have been able to develop this new habit of going, outsiding, peopling, even when I don't actually emotionally want to. It's because I think all this time I realized what it gave me, even though I was also very acutely aware of what it took from me. And so, because I know what it takes from me, I'm still cussing. But because I know that more often than not, when I come home, I feel real good about the fact that I went. I go. I cuss, but I go. I tantrum, but I go. And I think no, like this language, this is my language for it. It's like my connection battery gets filled in these moments. My connection to my people, even my connection to like the world. Because when I think back to how I went to Korea Fest last year and how I was so, y'all, I was complaining the whole damn way there. It was hot. I was unhappy. And when I arrived and saw that everything was in the boiling sun, I was even more unhappy. But the effervescent joy that bubbled up inside of me just sitting at a booth watching somebody write my name in Korean. It was such a simple, stupid thing. Right? Stupid, simple. But the joy I got from it, that filled my connection battery. So I just think there's so much value in doing this. There's so much value in seeing and weighing your ability to fill your connection battery as equally as the drainage of your social battery, and seeing that depending on the scenario, the situation, the person, the drainage of your social battery might be worth it. The trade-off might be worth it. It might be worth going. And you might not know, you might not be 100% confident that it is worth it. And in those cases, you kind of weigh like, do I test it? Do I not? Right? Depending on your goals. My goals have a lot to do with investing in friendship and people and community. And so I tend to go because that's a goal of mine. Um, but like a few years ago when I was deep in depression, I did not go. Chelsea did not go. Chelsea did not outside. Right? Like when I was in college, outsiding and going where? And that's probably something that I regret about my college years, is that I didn't get to be as social as I wanted to be. Because like, bro, life battery was empty. Depression was draining that baby like nobody's business. And so I didn't like, at those points, I don't think your connection battery has, I mean, I'm not sure if it has as much power. I don't even know. I didn't have any kind of awareness of a connection battery at that time. So I don't even know if that could have filled it and that could have helped. I assume it could have, because when people talk about mental health, they do talk a lot about like the fact that being social and being with people, going outside, exercising with people, with friends, is something that can help. So yeah, I hear that. And if I had known, probably would have done differently. But your girl didn't know, and the depression voice was too loud at that point. So there you go. Um, but yeah, if all that to say, y'all, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling alone, and if you're highly aware of your social battery, if you're a millennial and carrying a millennial woman of color, person, carrying a lot, empath, carrying so much in this world, and your life battery is continuously taxed because of your daily breath and what your daily breath means, um, then I think there might be an opportunity for you, depending on if you have these safe spaces and these safe people or not, to intentionally try to fill your social battery. You might find that it is worth it. You might find that it is worth it. Like I have found that it is worth it. The drain on my social battery is worth filling my connection battery. I think I said social battery a while ago. I mean connection battery. The trade-off is worth it for me. Has been worth it. And I still tantrum. So maybe that's the next thing that I need to work on. Like, because I don't need to get myself into an emotional tizzy if I know I'm going to be happy about it. Like even the emotional tizzy is the emotional sort of tantruming, going on, cussing. All of that is unnecessary. And that also drains my life battery. So maybe I just don't have to do that anymore, and just know that, all right, I can just simply acknowledge this is uncomfortable, but I am going to do it anyway because I know that at the end result, I will be grateful for. And just acknowledge that, chill, prepare what I need to prepare, and leave the house and stop the tantruming. That's the next goal. Ask me in 6 months or even 3 months how much progress I've made. I don't know. I don't know how much progress I've made, because I think the tantruming also gives me permission to not like the thing. So, which is probably why I tantrum. It's like I want it to be known that I do not like this. The young girl in me or the teenager in me wants it to be known this is not comfortable, and she needs a voice right now, so she's gonna tantrum. But I'm sure that also drains my battery because, like, the emotional instability of that, the emotional instability of the resistance, right? Of like create it's almost like the more you complain and the more you cuss and the more you tantrum is the more you create resistance and the more you have to work to keep going, to keep moving, keep doing the routine, washing my face, putting on my moisturizer, putting on my clothes, leaving the house, driving all the way there, drive like the more I complain and tantrum and cuss is the more I build up the resistance that I have to work against to follow through on this commitment. So it's probably in my best interest to not tantrum. We'll see how well I do at that because I don't think the little girl and teenager version of myself inside of me is happy about not having a voice and not letting it be known that, ma'am, we don't like this. So I don't know. But something to think about, y'all. I feel like thinking about how you can fill your connection battery, weighing your connection battery with the same or at least some weight that you give your social battery. Because we overweigh our social battery and don't even realize we have a connection battery that is and can be a superpower for us. So, what do y'all think? Were y'all aware that you had a connection battery? Did you know that? Do you feel like it's a superpower? Do you feel like you don't have a connection battery at all? Talk to me. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, your ideas, your perspective. Um, yeah, if you agree with me, introverts, millennials, sound off. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Feel free to subscribe because these are the conversations that we have on this channel. Join the fam. Yes, please. We talk about friendship, we talk about relationships, we talk about connection, and all the nuances that come with that. Okay? So feel free to subscribe. Sound off in the comments below. Thank you for joining me for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.